right, boys, here we are. The 2001 World Series presented by PX1 Sports. I don't know, we're going to make this official. I don't know. We got the Detroit Tigers coming in at 102 and 60 with the second best record in the AL, taking on the St. Louis Cardinals 96 and 66. The Cardinals, their first trip to the playoffs, I believe, and they get all the way to the World Series. So a nice little run for them, and we'll see how it works out for them. We'll put the playoff stats in here so we can see. We've got Willie Adams. Sounds like somebody that maybe played for Detroit at one time. Who's Willie Adams? I don't even know who that cat is. Well, he played for Oakland at one time. And he's going to be going against Sidney Ponson in game number 1. So we'll see how that one turns out. And the Tigers wallop the Cardinals in game 1, 8-2. And who was the story of that one? The Detroit Tigers started the World Series in style today, downing the visiting St. Louis Cardinals at Comerica Park by a score of 8-2 to stake an early 1-0 lead in the best-of-7 series. Tigers first baseman David Ortiz was named player of the game after going 1-for-1 with a homer and 3 walks. He scored 2 times and drove in 4. Tigers took a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning, facing St. Louis hurler Willie E. Adams. With 1 out, Ortiz hit a grand slam home run. "I'm just looking for a good pitch that I can hit well," said Ortiz, "and not try to do too much." Game 2 is scheduled for tomorrow at Comerica Park. The scheduled starters are Kevin Ritz and Willis Roberts. Willis Roberts, you will remember from the bullpen fame of the Tigers in seasons past. So, on to game 2 in Detroit. And the Tigers take that one 2-0. Tigers rally past Cardinals to claim 2-0 lead in the series. David Ortiz hits another home run. Jesus Feliciano says, "It felt good up there. I saw the ball well," as Feliciano was 1-for-4 with an RBI. Well, yeah, he really saw the ball well with all 1 of his RBIs. Solo home run for David Ortiz as the Tigers jump out to a 2-0 lead. So now we'll go to game 3 in St. Louis, and we've got Willis Roberts, who apparently did not play the last game. What happened there? Look at the box score here. Oh, Steve Avery wound up pitching. Willis Roberts maybe not ready to go, but they like what they got out of Avery, I suspect. And now, supposedly, Roberts is going to go here in game 3. He is 100% rested, so we suspect it's going to be Willis Roberts against Matt Morris. Morris 3-1 with 267 in the postseason, seems to have the edge. Will it work out for the Cardinals? And we're saving because we're reaching the end of the week. And the Cardinals down the Tigers 9-0. Draw the series to 2-1. Moises Alou homered in that game. At 43, Wade Boggs knows he may not have many playoff appearances left, so he's determined to make it memorable. Mission accomplished. The St. Louis Cardinals third baseman was 3-for-4 with 3 signals. He scored 2 runs to help his club get past the Tigers, 9-0 in Game 3 of the World Series at Busch. Boggs took player of the game honors for his performance. With the win, St. Louis now trails Detroit 2-1 in the best-of-7 series. So on to Game 4 we go, and we've got Roy Oswalt against Kevin Ritz as the Cardinals trying to win 2 in a row at home and even the series. And they indeed do, 6-5. The Cardinals have evened it up. The home team has won every game so far, and the Cardinals score 1 in the bottom of the 8th to take that one 6-5. Alex Gonzalez was player of the game, going 2-for-4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. So it moves into a tie 2-2 as Oswalt gets beat up for the Tigers. So Game 5, also in St. Louis, has got Sidney Ponson against Willie E. Adams. Adams, who took the loss in Game 1, trying to rebound here against Ponson, who beat him. Can he do it? Who will take the lead heading back to Detroit? And the Cardinals win, and thank you, Jay Neihart, for slowing us down. So Doug Drabeck is out there. You guys will see that. So the Cardinals defeat the Tigers 7-3. All home games have been won by the home team. LaDuca, Martinez, and Worth all homering for St. Louis. Ramirez homers for Detroit. 7-3 win. Willie E. Adams, player of the game, 6 innings, allows 3 runs, so he did bounce back from that game 1 performance. Game 6, going to be Josh Beckett against Steve Avery. Jason Worth had a dong early on in that game in the 3rd inning. Victor Martinez also in the 3rd, both off a Ponson. And LaDuca in the 3rd inning off a Reinfelder. So 7-run 3rd inning gets the win for the Cardinals. So let's move on to Game 6. Josh Beckett and Steve Avery. Will the Cardinals, who fell behind 2-0, won 3 in a row at home, win Game 6 in Detroit and win their first World Series under GM and manager Shane? And the result is Detroit wins it to force a Game 7. 2-0. Raucous Comerica Park crowd propels Tigers to 2-0 victory. Series tied at 3 apiece. Avery gets the win. Beckett with the loss. Boasts with the save. 1 run in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. That was it. Good pitching performances all around. 6 1/3 shutout innings by Avery. And the Tigers bullpen. So it sends a Game 7 in this series in which every game has been won by the home team. So it would seem to favor the Tigers, and this is reminiscent of, I believe, both the 87 and 91 series in which the Twins were in. I know one of them, if not both of them, were won by the home team in every game. So is Detroit going to do the same thing, get their 2nd championship since we started in 95, or will the Cardinals pull one off on the road? They have Kevin Ritz going against Willis Roberts. And if you remember back to Game 3, Roberts got shelled in that one. So how does it wind up, and who will take home the 2001 World Series championship? Game 7 underway. And the Tigers take it to win their 2nd championship here in the 95 Problems League. 2-0, back-to-back 2-0 wins at home. Willis Roberts bounces back from his poor outing in Game 3. And the title simply says Detroit tops St. Louis. They have reached the mountaintop once again, capturing the 2001 World Series. They defeated the Cardinals 2-0 at Comerica Park, officially wrapping up the series 4-3. David Ortiz says, it feels great, like $1 million. I'm so happy right now. Not just for me, but for all the guys. We put a lot of work into this, and we deserve to be champions. Indeed you do. The team is planning a victory parade and fan appreciation day later in the week. Detroit finished the regular season 102-16, claimed first place in the AL East Division. So congratulations to WrestleMania on his 2nd World Series championship, and congrats to Shane, who had a great season and wound up getting the Game 7 of the World Series in his first trip to the playoffs, at least that I can remember. So 2 dangerous teams heading into 2002. I will still wait and advance tomorrow at noon, or after a little bit afternoon probably, and then we'll hit the off season and figure out what's going on then. So until then, congrats to our World Series champions. Congrats to everybody on a great season, and we'll see you guys next time.